What's up, bro? Let's cut straight to it. The reason you here and clicked on this video is because you feel overwhelmed. You feel like just giving up because everything that you've been doing thus far, it just feel like it's not working. You know, life, it just feels repetitive because you wake up and you do the same shit every day and there's no real results. And you just feel like maybe life is passing you by, broke, rent's due. Listen, I get it. I've been there, but let me tell you, you can completely transform your life in 6 months. Even if you got no money in your bank account right now, I don't give a fuck. I know that there's so much advice and videos out there where people are telling you how to make money, work harder, post more content, but I'm gonna give it to you raw and unfiltered, bro. The exact steps it took me years to learn, I'm gonna give it to you so that you can do it in 6 months or less. Now, this isn't about overnight success or some get rich quick scheme, none of that bullshit. This is real habits, real mindset shifts, real actions. So in this video, I'm gonna show you again exactly what I did to go from broke, stuck, ex-felon, and being stressed out every day to building the life that I'm genuinely proud of. Now, it's already July, so you got less than 6 months. Let's make them count. All right, starting off at number 1, you need to unprogram so that you can reprogram. Now, what does this mean? So much of who you are, right? It was already given to you. It's essentially, it's not even your own identity if you think about it. Think about your name that was given to you, your religion that was practically given to you, your race was given to you, and it's not even at this point your own identity. You need to start having self-talks, all right? You sit and you talk to everybody else all day about what they got going on, but you won't take 10 minutes to sit and just talk with yourself. Think about that. A lot of who you are and what you think, not even your thoughts, this preconditioned environments, it's learned systems. You're the problem. If you can't look deep within yourself and start taking responsibility and start fucking taking action for all of the bad shit that's happening in your life, you'll continue to be the problem, bro. You haven't learned how to dive deep within yourself and just start questioning almost everything that you've ever been taught and just take time and develop your own identity. You need to nurture yourself into your own identity, not the one that you were given. Listen, life will seriously unravel for you. The shit that you take for granted every single day will become a privilege and an honor to do. And the shit that you've been taught to value, it won't even fucking matter, bro. Think about what most people value. The house, car, the jewelry, their physique. But then you sit around and you neglect your health, you neglect your soul, your spirit, your family. It don't matter how fucking buff or ripped you are if you won't pick up a Bible or go and read poetry and fuel your soul. That Rolex, what good is a Rolex if it only tells you when you need to clock in and out of work? The second action you need to be taking, I want you to make your bed and do 100 push-ups every morning. Now I know this sounds crazy. Why the hell am I making my bed and doing 100 push-ups? It's not about the bed, it's not about push-ups. It's about being consistent at one thing over a long period of time. That's what it's about. Studies have shown that people who make their bed every morning have a 206% higher chance of becoming a millionaire. I don't think you understand what that means. And it's less about the push-ups or about fucking making a bed. It's the micro wins, builds momentum. Completing small tasks first thing builds confidence and momentum for the rest of your day. That's what this shit is about. You have just told your brain that I've completed my first task of the day. What's next? That is called a keystone habit, a simple routine, right? That triggers broader positive behaviors such as fucking budgeting, planning, persistence, all of those things. So should you make your bed every morning and do 100 push-ups? Absolutely. If you want a simple, actionable routine to start your day with intention, this is it. It's low cost, it's easy, it ignites a success mindset, it builds discipline, and it supports other healthy habits. I saw this interview where the CEO of this multi-million-dollar company said that when he went to hire people, the higher ups in his companies, the CEOs, he would do a surprise home visit as part of his interview process. And I was like, what? And in his brain, he said, because how someone keeps their home was a direct indication of how they perform in the workplace. And I was fucking taken aback. And it makes so much sense. But a tidy environment sends a signal to your brain that your life is organized and manageable. You set actionable base goals. Instead of setting, let's say, a goal of getting in shape, instead say, hey, I want to put on 5 pounds of muscle. That is an actionable goal that you can actually track, you can actually measure. So stop with the bullshit time wasters. Like, be real with yourself, all right? Just learn to become consistent at your small wins. And you do that by making your bed and doing your push-ups every single morning. And you start to stack positive habits. Number 3, you have to learn to master your time because you cannot afford to waste it. Listen, broke doesn't mean just money. It often means you're also broke on your time and your energy. See, when I was broke, money felt like my biggest problem, but it was time. My most valuable currency, your most valuable currency is time. And what was happening was I was trading so much of my time and my energy as a bartender and a trainer, and I still wasn't making enough money to justify the time that I was spending doing those things. And my bills, guess what? They continued to kick my ass relentlessly. You can make money back any day. You cannot make time back. Stop trading all of your time for money. Here's what I did to maximize my time so that you can do them as well. You need to start eliminating low value activities. Every minute that you spend on something that's low value is a minute stolen from the life that you actually want. So examples, mindless fucking social media scrolling, watching content that doesn't help you grow, saying yes all the time to people who drain your energy, trying to multitask, taking family drama calls, watching a show while you work. Those are all big time wasters. And I need you to understand that success is built in margins. It's not like a one-time or overnight thing. 1 hour a day for 6 months, that's 180 hours. 180 hours, that's more than enough time to build a business, get in shape, or even master a skill. So try this. Every hour on the hour. You need to account for every hour. All right? 7 to 8 a.m., wake up, hit the gym. You can't control your body. You'll never control your business. From 8 a.m. to now 9 a.m., I want you to study a high income skill, a skill that you really want to learn that will help you fucking bring in extra money. Do not multitask. Now, let's say you got a 9 to 5, you go to work from 9 to 5. You want to maximize that for sure. Now you off work, let's say from 6 to 7, I want you to do some deep work on your side hustle. Whatever your side hustle is, I want you to really take an hour every day, and I want you to really do productive shit within your side hustle. Let's say from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., I want you to read, consume, listen, but only from people who you want to learn from. That's your study time. Now from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., you start planning for tomorrow. You set your goals and you prepare for the following day. Now from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., I want this is to be your downtime, all right? Intentional downtime is rest with a purpose. You're not just zoning out. This time is about recharging in a way that fuels your focus, your creativity, and your long-term performance. And it's not things that are draining you further, like meditating, stretching, journaling, all right? That is your schedule from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. All right, number 4, I want you to get comfortable with failing. As an entrepreneur, business, whatever, you're probably gonna fail more than 75% of the time, especially as an entrepreneur. But guess what? It only takes one win, one business idea, one investment for you to be successful. You're gonna have a lot of bad outcomes. That's just life, bro. That's what comes with this shit. But you have to learn to live with the idea that you are gonna fail. You're gonna lose money. But if you start this process in your early 20s, before the kids, before the marriage, before the house, if you can make these mistakes in your early 20s, you won't drown. You see, it's different when you got a wife and kids depending on you. You can't really afford to drown and make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Because it's too late. Now everybody else is banking on you. But if you can start this in your early 20s, that's the time for you to burn. That's the time for you to fail. You know, burn a few early years failing. That's all I'll say. To eliminate so many errors and mistakes, spend a year working for someone or a company in the field that you want to master and become successful in, because you want to learn as much as you can. And hear me out, it's not always about the money. It's not about the pay. This part is about gaining the insight on how the industry that you want to fucking succeed in, you gain insight on how that works. You need to learn your competitors. You need to learn systems. And then after that, you want to launch after you've gained the experience. Number 5, what I want you to do for you to progress in this next 6 months is learn to block out the noise. You need every single day, I want you to focus on 3 things that you absolutely need to get done for your business that day. All right? Not the next month, not the next week, not the next quarter. What needs to be done in the next 12 hours? That's all I want you to focus on every day. These are 3 things that are absolutely critical for you to get closer to your mission and your goal. And anything that is in the way of those 3 things is noise that you're gonna have to block out. I don't care if emails isn't conducive with your 3 goals, travel plans, women, dinner dates, TV shows, it's all noise. And I'll warn you, that sometimes can jeopardize your social life, because to be honest, a lot of your friends and family, they're gonna be noise that you need to block out. And the most successful people in the history of time, they have learned to block out noise at a very high level. And it's oftentimes why people deem them bad people or socially awkward. If you're an entrepreneur or a manager of any fucking company and you set out 3 things, you won't let anything get in the way of these things, you'll be infinitely more successful, bro. I promise you. Also, I want you to figure out when your crucial hours are, right? So for me, my most crucial and productive hours, they hit me at 1 or 2 a.m. That's when I'm fucking most productive. I feel like Einstein, right? I get my clearest ideas. I won't make crucial decisions between 3 p.m. and 10 p.m. because at those hours, it's too much noise going on in my life. It's too much drama. It's just too noisy at those times. I have about 4 things that I absolutely have to get done today, right? One of them is recording this video, and I'm gonna get this shit done. I blocked out all of the noise so that I can really focus on the 4 things that absolutely needs to be done today. And then the 6th and final thing that I want you to understand going through this next 6 months is that it's not hard work that builds wealth, all right? Real wealth comes from passive income. Your income surpasses yours. That's it. It's not about a paycheck, right? Wealth isn't built by exertion. It grows through strategic risk-taking, ownership, and by diversifying your money. You need to figure out a way to turn the money that you are currently making into passive income so that you don't have to trade your time for it, right? So in order to do that, you're gonna need to, A, become top 10% in a field with a very high demand. Like we talked about before, you need to become great at one thing. Block out the noise. Don't try and do too much. Become great at one thing. Then you're gonna need discipline. You have to learn to control your spending. Save consistently, not just one time, consistently. You don't need to buy every single thing that you desire. Some shit, bro, you're gonna have to miss out on. Like, that's discipline. That's what takes us to the next level. Some trips you're gonna have to miss out on, bro. Some nights out with the guys, with the homies, you're gonna have to miss out on. All right? And then you do this consistently over a long period of time. This is where wealth is built. Thirdly, you're gonna have to understand time. You need to leverage compound interest over decades. You need to understand that this is not about getting rich quick, bro. That's not what this is about. You have to learn to play the long game, man. Let's say you're 30, right? And you start investing now until the average retirement age, which is 65, right? That's the average age. Let's say you've invested, I don't know, 25K, and you never put a single dollar into that account again. But at 30 years old, you invested 25K. By the time you retire, you would have $1.3 million. That is just from 25K, right? But let's say you started at 20 years old. That same 25K would be 4 million. That's a huge difference. And my point is, time is your friend. You want to start now in your 20s. Hard work gets you to the starting line, but it won't win a race. Consistency over a long period of time is how you become successful.